Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 14, Chapter 17. Why this Ashaanthi? Life as a human being is granted to living beings as the crown of their achievement during many lives. But that life is very unsteady. Death is always stalking a living being, and nobody knows when it will snatch a man's life away. Therefore, there should be no delay in fixing upon the goal of life and deciding on the best means of reaching it. One has to turn from the outer environment and its attractions to the inner levels of consciousness. This journey will be rewarded very well because there are precious treasures of ecstasy available. The sea shatters on the shore only shells and foam, but if one dares to dive into the depths, he will be rewarded with coral and pearls. This is the real mission of man. If he misses it, he is born and dies as an animal which has no knowledge of its inner springs of joy. He who has discovered this inner spring will be Atma Rama, happy and content, peaceful and loving. All the fear, anxiety, cruelty, and injustice that is injuring the world today is caused by the wrong type of material education which lays emphasis more on the many than on the one. Even in medicine, those who claim to cure diseases often treat each part of the body separately, as though they were unrelated. Yet the truth is that the entire body must be understood as one whole. All nature is the body of God and must be looked upon as one. Spiritual education draws attention to the one behind all this apparent multiplicity. Uttarayana teaches us great lessons. Today is the Pongal festival in Tamil Nadu. It is the day of Uttarayana, when the sun turns daily more and more towards the north, over a 6-month period which is considered holier than the other 6 months. Pongal means boiling over, spilling over of milk, that is to say. The heart must spill over with delight at the lessons that the Uttarayana teaches us. The sun is the presiding deity of the eye as well as the intellect, and when the sun turns north, we must also decide to turn towards the holy path of God realization. When Arjuna and Duryodhana were together with Sri Krishna to seek his help during the Kurukshetra war, Arjuna chose the path of God, while Duryodhana preferred the path of material power. If one has God on one side, what can he not achieve? The more riches you accumulate, the more bound you become. The more worry, anxiety, and fear you get into. There can be no peace of mind for a person burdened by riches. People seek this Ashaanthi, restlessness, since they do not know where Shanti, peace, can be acquired. An educated man must have as his first qualification the virtue of Shanti, that is to say, not being affected by praise or blame, failure or success. It is the ego that makes one feel glad or sad. Therefore, control the ego by extending love to every living being. Self or ego is lovelessness. No person who is afflicted with ego can feel happy when others are happy and feel miserable when others are miserable. They cannot take positive steps to share the happiness and misery of others. Without this deep love, a person, however highly educated, is only a danger to the community. Today you have dusted and cleaned your houses and their surroundings, painted and whitewashed the walls. You have drawn auspicious designs on the floor. You have tied up festoons and floral wreaths over your doors. But all this is simply outer decorations. Decide to remove the evils of egotism, greed, hatred, and jealousy, and become aware of the new light that will dawn in the Atma, Supreme Soul, in all its glory. Madras, January 15th, 1979. Silence has to be started with oneself. That is to say, one must talk less and think more deliberately, more discriminatingly. One must try to empty the mind of impulses, prejudices, and preferences. Thus, man must strive to reach down to his real nature or dharma, which is divine. Dharma Swarupa, righteousness personified. Sri Sathya Sai Baba.